So everyone's taste in watches changes, and I think, a lot of people are like me, where you have kind of a cyclical taste, where you might be into dive watches, and then you move to dress watches, and then you might be really interested in chronographs, and then field watches, and then it kind of just rotates, right? And I'm never going to judge anyone for all of a sudden having a shift in interest when it comes to this pretty diverse hobby. But recently, I've been finding myself kind of accepting and then enjoying kind of gimmicky watches, and one is very much a gimmicky watch, and I don't know if it's something that I could look at every day, but it's quirky and it's fun, and at first I didn't know what it was until I saw a larger render, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm talking about a new limited edition Octo Finissimo from Bulgari, and it's a sketch of the movement. So it's not skeletonized, but it kind of is. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It is 5:56 p.m. Let's get down to business. Real quick, this episode's brought to you by the Time Teller Shop. We're having a huge promotion right now. Use the coupon code LUCKY and save yourself some money. Okay, so this Bulgari Octo Finissimo, every iteration of it is pretty sharp, edgy, very, very innovative, because, there's very thin Octo Finissimos, there's skeletonized Octo Finissimos. This one, though, is not skeletonized in the sense that when you look at the dial, you can see through to the movement. This has a sketch of the movement, as if someone took a schematic or a blueprint and just laid it on the dial, and then literally, like, you flip it over and it's like a one-to-one thing. You are looking at the movement without the watch actually being skeletonized. Now, some of you will recall them doing this already with an Octo Finissimo chronograph for their 10th anniversary celebration. This was back in 2022, I believe, and I actually really enjoyed that one as well, because it showed kind of a sketch layout of the chronograph with the subdials, and it even had measuring hash marks for the 12 o'clock indexes and just all the markings on the dial. It's very, very cool and fun, and that one, I would argue, is more of like a day-to-day wearable design, whereas the other one that just came out, it's a little bit much, but still very interesting to look at. So regardless of my opinion on these watches, even though I think they're really, really cool, I wouldn't really be in the position to purchase one anytime soon. They're hyper limited and not what I would consider, relatively affordable. The automatic versions are limited to 280 pieces in steel at 17,800 euros, and 70 pieces in rose gold at 51,000 euros. They both also have the words Edizione Limitata, so limited edition, and it also has 1884, 2024 on the case back. It kind of looks like scribbles. It's not scribbles, but like looks like it was handwritten. And then the chronograph GMT in steel is limited to 140 pieces at 20,800 euros. So these are not, what I would consider accessible watches, but very, very cool nonetheless. I appreciate these kind of quirky, gimmicky, artistic watches. I don't think anything is offensive about them. I think it's really, really fun, and I think it's cool to imagine someone coming up with this and presenting it to the team and then finally executing upon it. I think it's very cool. And, it's funny because this kind of skirts around, it's like a loophole around people complaining about skeletonized dials. Well, it's not skeletonized, but you definitely can see the movement from the front. Let me know what you think, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.